Our team started backwards to talk about some more Final Fantasy 16. It's been a little bit, it's been almost a month since we last talked about this game, so I figured we'd put some 16 content out there. What we have here recently is Yoshida was doing what we've seen them do like a lot of times the last couple years or so, where they do like a Final Fantasy 14 like live stream or whatever, but they also kind of sprinkle in some 16 information or updates or Q&As, whatever the case. And we got that recently with Yoshida, and he'd actually addressed the rumors, or it's not really rumors, I wouldn't say, of there being like a PC version of Final Fantasy 16. Now with his like reply or his answer to the question, he's more or less kind of like denying that a PC version is going to happen. Nobody's talking about PC version, buy the game on PS5 and shit. But I do think he's kind of joking about it because there's a little bit of like snarkiness in his voice. He's kind of smirking a little bit while he's talking, and then after he gets done answering the question, he even laughs about it. I think a big part of that is because it's more or less like a known secret, if you want to call it that it's coming to PC at some point. I mean, obviously, like every Final Fantasy game, I think for the most part, it's come to PC, and even something like Remake, which was, PlayStation exclusive, PS4 exclusive, like a year plus, eventually came to PC, obviously. And even with like the initial reveal of 16, the Awakening trailer at the very end, it even says that it's not coming to other platforms for a limited time. So either that means the game's coming to PC, the game's coming to Xbox, or the game's coming to both, right? So it's leaving PlayStation at some point. It's got to go somewhere. We also had that like PlayStation trailer, ad, whatever you want to call it. There's like 30 seconds or some shit that came out last year that featured a lot of PlayStation games, but at one point it shows 16 on screen, and it even says that it's going to be PlayStation exclusive for 6 months. So again, pointing to another timed exclusivity of some sort for the game. In this case, we're getting a specific time frame, 6 months, so the game is going to be PS5 exclusive for half a year. Then it's going somewhere, and the most likely candidate there is PC. So I want to kind of talk about that a little bit before we hop into the actual translation, because I want to point out that while he is, like, air quotes, kind of denying a PC version, I think he's joking. I think everybody knows it's coming to PC at some point, right? And you can't market it coming to other platforms when there's some sort of exclusivity, right? If it's exclusive for 6 months, you can't talk about the game coming to PC or other platforms while the exclusivity exists, because then it's going to make people not want to buy it on PS5. But also I want to talk about this, and I want to play the clip too really quickly. It's only like 30 seconds of him like answering the question. There isn't subtitles, at least on this video. Because to me, it's like very, very clear that he's joking, but like articles that are covering this aren't like addressing the fact that it seems like he's joking about this. Like they're framing it as him just outright like denying a PC version. So I'm just going to read this translation really quickly, and then we'll play the clip, and then we'll talk. It says, "There's been talk that the PC version of Final Fantasy 16 will come out, but no one on the team has said anything about the PC version. I wonder why people assume the PC version will arrive 6 months after the PS5 version, so just go ahead and buy a PS5.
しては全員買うと。
なんかね、巷ではね、
はい。
PC 版がとか言ってますけど、PC 版が出るなんて誰も一言も言ってないの。なんで PC 版が半年後に出るかのような感じになってるのかな。
ありきでね。
いいから PS5 買えっつうの。
うん。
なんでまあぜひね、本当にねお金使いすぎたんですいません。なんでぜひよくできてますんで。
皆様予約済みですね。
ありがとうございます。
コメントもいっぱいいただいております。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
Now that seems a bit longer than what I read, but I know Japanese is a bit of a complicated language, and I just pulled the clip off of like Twitter, so I don't know what all's being said there exactly, but to me it's pretty clear that he's joking. Even like the interviewer like laughs at one point based on something Yoshida said, so I think it's pretty obvious he's joking about this, but again, he can't just like say, yeah, of course there's a PC version coming out, don't buy it on PS5, just wait 6 months, guys, wait till the end of 2023, and then you can just buy the more optimal version, of course. Like, yeah, they can't say that shit. So I think it's a little more like tongue-in-cheek, like, come on, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. What? PC version? Never heard of it. We ain't talked about that shit. Also, I feel like when it comes to any sort of like live stream or presentation where they're going to talk about like 14 or talk about 16 in some capacity, like everything's screened ahead of time, right? They probably know what questions are going to be asked, etc., etc. So they wouldn't just like throw this like curveball at Yoshida in the middle of a live stream, like, hey, what's up with that 16 PC version, my dude? Like, obviously, he knows that question's coming, so they wouldn't even... It is kind of weird that they even address it at all. I will say that. Like, if they're aware that the community's aware of a PC version coming at some point, even though they don't need to even address it, like, everybody knows that's happening, like, why even talk about it at all? If you're trying to sell the game on PS5, like, why even mention or discuss the PC version in any capacity? Because that's just going to have people thinking that anyways. Like, it doesn't matter how many times you say, nah, dude, it ain't happening in a live stream or whatever. Like, there's no PC version coming. What are you guys talking about? Like, come on. We're not fucking stupid. I think that's more or less a video, my dudes. I don't know how much more we could talk about it. And even if this video from Yoshida was like super 100% serious, he's like, dude, stares dead into the camera like, nah, the fuck you talking about, dude? No PC version ever. Like, we wouldn't believe him. Like, because obviously it's coming to PC at some point. So it doesn't even matter what's being said in this interview. Because we know it's happening. Is it going to be in 6 months? I don't know. It could be longer than that potentially. But we know it's happening eventually. So with that discussion out of the way, pass off to you guys. So when it comes to Final Fantasy 16, for one, are you getting the game? I know there's some people that are on the fence about it. even if I didn't like really get hyped with that last trailer for 16, it was still always going to be a day one buy. So if you're going to get 16, what are you doing? You go on PS5, you're going to wait that 6 months and potentially get it on PC. Or maybe, potentially, hear me out, Xbox. Don't kill me in the comments. That's the video, my dudes. Subscribe if you guys are new, so still work in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, _DashingDavidYT. That's it. Bye.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Rogaine, or leave it like Cobain.